that this unveiling, speaking of unveiling, let me tell you a little incident in Muslim history. Um, the you know there was a scholar who became who was very controversial from Muslim Spain 900 years ago approximately. This guy's name was Hakam ibn Barrajan people. Now he was quite a controversial figure because he had a following, he had a murid ship, if you like, and there was even a revolt by his murids later on. But he was incredibly intelligent, and he was also a kind of friend and a follower loosely, as in not a tariqa Sufi follower, because he had his own kind of, but he was influenced by the Sufi of Al-Andalus, Ibn al-Arif. Him and Ibn al-Arif were kind of very close friends, and they both get into political trouble as well, because allegedly they seem to be undermining the al-Murabit, the Murabitin. So they get summoned to court, and he eventually is killed as well. Ibn Barrajan, he dies, and and then his followers have this revolt and everything. But he was in his own ways an absolute genius, and he was termed the Ghazali of Al-Andalus. They call him Ghazali Al-Andalus. Now, he's amongst his works, I don't think his works have really survived, but amongst them was a tafsir of the Quran. Now, what's interesting, he's from the early 6th century. That's when he mainly is writing and teaching and everything like that, although he was born in the 5th century, Islamic 5th century. So he's a contemporary of people like Qadi Iyad, Abu Bakr ibn Arabi, Qadi ibn Rushd. He's a contemporary of these people. So he's around when these huge dons are around. And he makes a prophecy. This is intriguing. Yeah? Like, what do you think about this? This is like, he says that, and this is in the early 300s. He makes a prophecy. I think it may have been it may have been 510 or between 520 or something, around that kind of time. He makes a prophecy that Jerusalem, which has been captured by that time by the Crusaders, will be recaptured by the Muslims. But he doesn't stop there. He says it will be recaptured on the 27th of Rajab in the year 583 Hijri. Hi. जहां ये तेरी नजर है मेरी जान मुझे खबर है. हम वहां हैं जहां से हमें कुछ अपनी खबर नहीं आती. This is so he makes this prediction. This, like, he really narrows it. I'm not like a vague prediction. He says that Jerusalem will be recaptured by the Muslims. And to make this so, like, he dies in the early 530 something. Some say 531 or 536, but he dies like approximately 50 years prior to his prediction date, right? So he's predicted that in 583 Hijri, in the month of Rajab, on the day the 27th, Al-Quds will be once again liberated. And lo and behold, that is exactly what happens. Salahuddin al-Ayyubi liberates Al-Quds, Jerusalem, on the 27th of Rajab in the year 583 Hijri, almost 50 years after the death of Ibn Barrajan. Hi. आते हैं गैब से ये मज़ामीन ख्याल में, गालिब सरीर खामा नवाए सरोश है. Allah. Ghalib says, these things come to me from the unseen intuitively, that my writings are the intimations and whispering of the angels. That this see what, and people, you see, at that, what happened is Ibn Barrajan's prophecy was kind of forgotten. But he had written it in his tafsir. But what happens is a poet also later on quotes it vaguely. He says something praising Salahuddin, and then people, he just praises the month or something, and it happens. And then people ask him, and he says, "Oh, I read this in Ibn Barrajan's tafsir." So all these people check it, like including Ibn Khalli Khan, and all these people check it, and it's there. And even you get people like Ibn Kathir, although I'm not sure if Ibn Kathir mentions him, but he mentions the thing, ثم دخلت سنة ثلاث وثمانين وخمسمائة. Allah, Allah, Allah. And what was this about? I mean, how did that happen? I find it so amazing, and I feel, this is my theory, I feel that, I mean, people could say it's a guess, but I feel that, Ibn Arif and these people, these kind of Sufis, they have long dabbled in psychedelic kind of experiences. And I feel that there may have been, what if there is this kind of realm thing? I mean, it could just be that he just, saw a vision and got it right. He never clearly explains how he saw it. Some people, they guess that, oh, he made some calculation and he made, and he doesn't fully explain. He says that it was, it's kind of been unveiled to me by my reading and my... But yeah, I feel that, is this how, for example, how Jeremy Narby speaks of the shamans seeing certain things? Is there a... can we see certain things if consciousness is lowered? I find that just incredibly interesting. I'm not saying we can, but I'm finding it interesting, this whole realm of consciousness. Yeah, let's move on, people. Let's move on.